Harry, this is Lord Potato. This is what if Naruto was chosen to be a god of destruction. Now, this is probably just gonna be one a video I uploaded today, since the whole day I was just doing other things with family. Um, well, I mean, this is one of the uploads for what if today. I did upload something else like about 20 minutes ago. That was just what's it called, a video that I wasn't thinking of really wanting to upload it at the, I think it was somewhere in June, like June 13 or something. I was trying to upload it on June 21, but I made it way too long, so I just like said fuck it, I can't upload it. So yeah. So yeah, if you really want some more details, just read the description on the video that I uploaded like 20 minutes ago or 21 minutes. I don't care. So yeah. So, we begin on the recap on what if Naruto was chosen to be a god of destruction. So Naruto was chosen to be a god of destruction when Naruto died from the mortal world. Or, well, not really died. He mostly got teleported from the Naruto world towards what's called the Nutsu kind of plane, and his guards just protecting him, and the Grand Priest just being there. Now, how Naruto got there, and also how much damage Naruto was. Naruto was when in the what's called at the village of waves or whatever. I forgot what it was called. The wave art, and he did get a bunch of needles stuck everywhere. Of course, Sasuke kicked him, and this is Sparta. That's how he got to the world of Zenitsu. Zenitsu and the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest decided to give him the power of God of Destruction. Well, not the Grand Priest is using Zenitsu. Which when Naruto would take the power of God of Destruction, the Grand Priest also took out the Nine Tails before giving him what's called the God of Destruction powers. And the Nine Tails was much smaller because the Grand Priest can control a bunch of things and easily just put the Nine Tails in being a little tiny, just Nine Tails. Now, since that's the thing, Naruto became the new god of destruction for Universe 15. Of course, he has to have a twin universe, and that's Universe 16. But of course, there's no god of destruction in Universe 16. With the other not 5. I mean the other, the other 5 universes, like Universe 14, 13, Universe 13, 14, 16, 17, and 18 has to have a god of destruction. They don't have. Naruto was chosen because he managed to control the power of god of destruction. He can only master 50%, but of course with that much power, yeah. With the god of destruction being awoken on Naruto's power, or I mean, able to handle the power, was because of his darkness. What's called his heritage of being an alien race called the Darkness Race. Now, the Darkness Race are like people that usually get stronger with hatred, pain, or anything emotionless. Well, not emotionless, emotional. The more pain, despair, darkness, or anything the Darkness Race have from either themselves or from others, they get more stronger. And since Naruto had so much pain for 12 years, so much despair, so much everything, Naruto is one of the strongest Darkness Race out there. With the God of Destruction power increasing that a lot. Increasing that power so much. So Naruto, with that having that much power, he did get his own planet. And also did get his own angel. Zayana the angel was someone that got assisted to him. This is the angel, how she looks like. And this is how Naruto mostly looks like. Of course, his jumpsuit or anything that he wore originally, like that orange jumpsuit. Now, I should remind you also, Naruto's only 12 years old at that time. So, Naruto's like normal orange jumpsuit. Yeah, he doesn't have that. It does show like his freaking what's it called, 6 packs and all that, or 8 packs or whatever you like to call. That's just because he's wearing similar things of a God of Destruction. And now I did go into sort of detail on how the God of Destruction clothes he has. The other What If Part 1, but I'm not going into details with that. So yeah. So since that happens, Naruto kind of stopped training after a while. Of course, Ayana does have what's called the Nine Tails and Seal and all that. So Naruto can just go up to the Nine Tails and laugh up to him and all that thing while you're weakly forced or anything. Also, Naruto whiskers has disappeared from his face. And they go to a planet called the Otsutsuki planet, where Naruto decides to wipe out all Utsutsukis, even the Otsutsuki King. That's where I just left that at. Naruto sees that he wipes out all the Utsutsukis and kind of felt great with that power. Sayana was just thinking, well, you wiped out the Utsutsukis. They were sort of a major problem to this universe since they conquer multiple worlds and destroy them of their energy. Something called chakra. And since both, Naruto and Sayana doesn't use chakra, they use either the god, well, one uses Angel's powers and the other one uses the God of Destruction powers. It's not really chakra, so yeah. So, Naruto just says, okay, let's go. Sayana just says, fine. So both Naruto and Sayana just go fly back to the world of the God of Destruction of Naruto's planet. And of course, he just starts training for 4 years. Now, Naruto is 16, and Sayana, she was about, how should I say? She was 12 years old also, but that was only human years, but in angel years, she'd be much older than that. Now, since Naruto is now 16 as a God of Destruction, his kind of God of Destruction powers, of course, increase at that time. Now, Sayonara was also now 16, but of course she's much older in like angel years. But yeah, but of course they don't really age at all that much. Sayonara still looks the same when she was 12 years old, so this is how she looks like. She doesn't change that much. Of course, Naruto, he changed still, because he's still a bit of human. And when Naruto stops aging is when he is, at his prime. That's when Naruto will stop aging. So Naruto is now like 16 right now. Not his prime. Naruto has actually become much stronger. He's now able to hold like 75% of the God of Destruction power. Where his darkness powers is so much powerful and all that. Now, Naruto wanted to actually help the Grand Priest and Zenitsu on Universe 16. So instead of going back to Earth like his original plan or whatever, instead he wanted to actually get a twin planet. Because he wanted to help on getting a perfect rivalry universe for Universe 16. So, of course, Naruto asked the Grand Priest and Zenitsu if he could go to Universe 16 to see if he can find a perfect, perfect person to be a God of Destruction. Zenitsu and Grand Priest allows it. So, of course, Naruto does travel to Universe 16. Now, where Naruto is at, he is at one of this, sort of at this planet. He checked through multiple planets, but mostly all the planets that Naruto checked was either the race either was too stupid to even understand Naruto, or too way back in technology, or too advanced in technology, which they didn't have any power, any way to actually control God of Destruction power. So since that's the thing, Naruto is just like going through planets and planets. Now, I should mention how Naruto's like alien race, the darkness race kind of planet looked like. It used to just look like a giant sort of like, how should I say, like cyan color planet. Since of course it did have water, resources, and all that. But of course the Uzutsuki's keep kind of attacking the darkness race. So of course those resources kind of went up in fire and all that. So it turned into a black planet. And after that, the black planet, of course, the darkness race kind of evolved into more powerful beings and all that. Now, Naruto saw this planet that kind of interested him. It kind of looked like a star, but wasn't really a star. Now, the planet was sort of light. It was like a light, like, how should I say, a light red with orange, and also sort of had this like sort of white color tint to it. So Naruto goes to it. He sees that this species is called the light race. Now Naruto's just looking around, and of course Naruto lands down, and a bunch of the light races kind of just looks at Naruto. Of course, the what's it called, darkness races that have the genders of guy and female and all that. Same with the light race. It did have light, what's called female and guy. So of course it could produce and all that. Now, of course, when Naruto speaks, he speaks in the darkness language to see if these people can understand. If not, he will ask Zaina to actually see what kind of language they speak. So when he speaks, the light race can actually understand Naruto, which actually the same, since of course you know how the universes usually have different alien race, or usually the same alien race, like universe 6, like universe 7, how they have sands, but one is extinct, sort of like almost extinct, and the other has lots of sands, or like one has the what's called Namekians, and that usually only have fighting race and all. I mean, they have the same as universe 6. Yeah, Naruto universe 15, the darkness race, used to be actually called the light race, the light sort of cyan race. But now, after a while, after getting attacked multiple times, it's now called the darkness race. So yeah, evolution to the darkness race. Of course, the darkness race sort of had this like cyan sort of color. A little bit, not much. Now, the light race is basically the same as the darkness race, but instead of getting attacked by multiple aliens, it actually kind of just had the more power in getting, instead of having negative emotions, they get power from positive emotions. So that's why the light race is much different from the darkness race. So that's why the light race can actually understand Naruto's language from being the darkness race. They have the same language and all that. Since they should be twin universes, but they couldn't because there was no one strong enough to be a god of destruction. Like, I'm gonna say the universes of creation kind of started like 2,000 years ago, and between those 2,000 years and now of Naruto power, well, Naruto's now of God of Destruction, universe 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 could not be the universes because they didn't have a powerful God of Destruction. Or of God of, or a person that can actually control the power of God of Destruction, can hold the power. So that's why they were not concluded as universes. Now, the other God of Destructions, like universe 1 to 12 and the others, yeah, they don't, like the God of Destructions, they don't know about universe 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, yeah, 17, 18. They don't know about those universes. The angels sort of know about them, but one angel in Pacific kind of noticed the change, and actually noticed that Universe 15 had actually now have a God of Destruction. Wisp is the one that actually notices real quick, so he decides to ask, his father, the Grand Priest. Wisp say, so wait, did Universe 15 already has already got a God of Destruction? The Grand Priest said yes. And so this was sort of between the same time Naruto was talking to the Light Race. So Naruto explains about why he's here. He is trying to see a perfect warrior for this universe to have the power of God of Destruction. So the universe can actually have a twin universe from his universe. So they sort of understand a little bit, and so they sort of take Naruto towards towards this one what's called light race that was also living on Earth. So this light race kind of was sent to Earth to like see how the world was acting like and all that. One light person to the human world and all that. Of course, it had a kid and all that. So the what's called light race kid human and all that, since he's a hybrid and all that, will be chosen to be strong enough than anyone in the light race. So yeah. Now Naruto goes towards the light race, and when he sees, not light race, to the human world, and the human Earth world and Universe 16, he goes towards it, and he meets a person. He tries to find the light race. He finds the original light race that actually landed here, the one person, and starts talking to him in the darkness race language. The light race kind of know what he was talking about and kind of understand what he was talking about. Now Naruto could also just speak straight up the same not human, Earth words and all that, but he didn't want to do it. And so Naruto explains that your universe has to be chosen to be a twin universe to my universe. That's why I am looking for your son to see if he is strong enough to hold the power of God of Destruction. Of course, he's not going to be destroying worlds left and right. No, he has to be smart enough not to destroy worlds. He can definitely visit you anytime. It's just the power that he needs to, control it. And also how should I say? Just control it and not go bizarre and trying to kill other things. Not trying to kill anything. It's just to balance the world. So that's why your universe is sort of not really balanced. Naruto explained. The light race kind of understand. And he tell his son to come down. Now, Naruto noticed this person. This person has sort of green hair. And yeah, if you already know where this person in green hair. Also mentioned that this Earth of this universe sort of had how should I say? It will sort of advance into a world where like everyone has different powers. So basically, they have quirks, and Naruto just kind of saw this person. This person is 16 years old and has green hair. Of course, has sort of like green eyes, but of course are white at the same time. It's green with white hair and all that. And light orange red hair and all that. And of course, Naruto sees this person and sees that it is sort of like happy and go-lucky and all that. And also sort of depressed. We're not really go-lucky, happy and all that. He's sort of depressed. Naruto then looks at the person and says, hello. You must be... What is her name? And Izuku Midoriya, he said. Izuku Midoriya. And so Naruto says, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I am a god of destruction. And starts speaking in the whole thing about him being a god of destruction of Universe 15. And you must be Izuku Midoriya, the light race, and also the human race. Izuku said, yeah, I'm not really feeling that great and being happy and all that. Or being the light race and all that. Naruto explains that, how about this? Do you know anything about your family of being the light race? Naruto said, yeah, they have to be very happy, very like positive emotions. Naruto says, yes. I am from Universe 15 being the darkness race. Since we are supposed to be twin universes, our races kind of evolve into different, of course. And of course, Izuku says, so what do you want me to be? Naruto explains, I want you to be able to be a god of destruction, but I have to see if you can hold a powerful god of destruction. So Naruto flies up with Izuku doing the same, and Izuku sort of got excited and happier, and sort of his aura kind of showed being the light race, and Naruto showed him being the darkness race. But instead of using his darkness race, well, I mean, he did. They started fighting and all that. Naruto using his negative emotions, while Izuku using his positive emotions to fight each other. Naruto sees that Izuku is pretty good in like martial arts and all that, and like taijutsu and all that. And then Naruto just said, "How about this? If you can hold about 50% of my God Destruction power, if it smashes on you, then you'll be able to be a God of Destruction. Of course, you're gonna have to train to be able to hold more." Now, of course, Naruto isn't giving the God of Destruction of power towards Izuku. No, he's sending a blast. He's just sending a God of Destruction blast at Izuku to see if Izuku can block it. Now, Izuku, when he blocks it with his light race powers, he's actually managing to block the 50% power. Now, Naruto sees that the God of Destruction isn't really hurting him and all that. So Naruto says, you are perfect to be the God of Destruction for this universe. Of course, you just have to balance war and all that to see who is evil enough, who is good enough, blah, blah, blah. However you like to balance your world. This is your universe now. I just have to take you to the Grand Prix and all that. So Naruto then tells what's called Zaina to come towards him so he can take what's called Izuku Midoriya towards the Grand Prix. So of course they teleport towards the Grand Prix. They kind of have to go very far since of course they're not connected with the other universes. Now with the Grand Prix is talking to all of the God of Destructions. All 1 through 12. Now all the God of Destructions are next to their angels and all that. And of course God of Destructions are bowing down towards what's called Zenitsu. Of course they're all sweating bullets. Of course, same with Beerus. Now, Beerus does have Goku with him and all that. Now, something happens. Before Zenitsu can keep talking and all that. Oh, well, not Zenitsu. Well, he was stop talking and all that. Grand Priest was about to keep talking about how the Tournament power is actually going to be working tonight. Because, yes, that's what he's talking about. The Tournament power. Since they does see what's called Universe 6 and Universe 7 sort of fight for a thing. Or for a planet. Using the Super Dragon Balls. And, of course, so those same universes that were left out in the same original canon for TBS. Yeah, those aren't gonna be in the competing of what's called the Tournament power. Now, Naruto comes towards the Grand Priest when he was about to be finished talking. And Naruto says, oh, I'm sorry, Grand Priest. I'm sorry for interrupting to you. I don't know why I can't speak. So, of course, the Grand Priest says, no, it's okay, Naruto Uzumaki. Did you find the perfect host for being a God of Destruction in Universe 16? And, of course, the God of Destructions are confused. Some of the angels kind of already know about this. Some of them really didn't know. Yeah. So, Naruto then says, yes, this is Izuku Midoriya. He is from the light race and also sort of the same thing as me, a human. He is perfect to be able to hold 50% of my attack of God of Destruction. So yeah, Grand Prix said, okay. Now Izuku, I won't be able to ground you the power of the God of Destruction. Zenitsu would be the one. Zenitsu looks at Izuku and Izuku sort of just smiles and just waves at Zenitsu, and Zenitsu I can't fucking speak right now. Just says, "Oh, I like this kid." Sure, he gives the power of God Destruction towards Naruto, and well, not Naruto, towards Izuku Midoriya, and Izuku becomes a God of Destruction now. Of course, he has his hair still being green. Of course, it kind of has purple also. Sort of his hair, he can change it back to green, but of course, it's gonna stay purple for a while. When he goes into his light form, it just turns green. When he goes out of his like form of light, he will sort of be in this God of Destruction power. So yeah. So of course the aura around Izuku has this light and also the God of Destruction power around him. So now Grand Priest says, now Naruto Uzumaki and Izuku Midoriya, your two universes will now be twin universes, but of course universe 14, 13, and 17, 18 cannot really be in between the universes in the original. Universe 14 and 13 has to have what's called more balance, so your universes don't really collide with the others, since it's sort of unbalanced to not have the other two universes before your two universes. So of course your universes will not be able to compete in the power of torment, since your two universes are kind of new in trying to get it balanced. The Grand Priest mentions. So some of the gods just sees that both universe 16 and 15 universe are just lucky, since they are just starting now. And Naruto didn't even know what a torment power was. Well, he sort of did, and Izuku was also confused. Now, the Grand Priest actually gave, teleports out of the way, go gets an angel from universe, well, not universe, nothing. It's a angel world, and gets in, what's it called, an OC angel, of course, it's just another female, to be the guardian for universe, what's it called, universe 16. So, of course, this is the twin sister of Sayana. Her name is Harena. You want to go with Harena. So of course she has this white sort of clothes and all that, so that she's next to Izuku, while Sayana being right next to what's called Naruto, with dark clothes like black and all that. Of course, we kind of noticed that both of his younger twin sisters has now became angels for two universes now, and so he's happy. His younger siblings, yep. Now, Vados, Vedant, sorry, I can't remember. Universe 6, what's it called? Angel. She is, of course, older than Wisp, and she's now happy for what's called her younger sibling angels now having their own universe. Their own universe and their own God of Destruction. So yeah. So of course, what's called, I should mention that both Sayana and Harena has two different staffs. So Sayana has like this black staff and instead of having a normal angel staff, and Harena has a white staff to match sort of their clothing and sort of their God of Destruction. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, their universe would be safe from the whole universe of race and all that, the torment and all that. So the whole torment was still having the same, what's called Android 17 winning and actually reviving all universes back. So yeah. So Naruto just goes back to his universe. Of course, he now finds a twin universe, so he can always just talk to Izuku and all that if he's bored and all that. So yeah. So Izuku doesn't hate Naruto and Naruto doesn't hate Izuku. They're sort of okay. So yeah, Naruto just goes back to his universe and thinks of what he wants to do next. So this is where I'm actually gonna Naruto goes train in his what's called world, his like planet, and what's it called. So Naruto is now what's it called 18. I kind of wanted to time skip it 2 more years. So now Naruto is 18, and of course he can now master full 100% of God of Destruction. And Zairina actually was helping him in more power and all that. Well, trying to get more of the God of Destruction power and all that, and training. So yeah, now Naruto is thinking of visiting, well, his used to be home planet. Now he sees that planet as a dead weight to him. He would rather use destruction power just to blast it away, of how much pain he suffered. But Naruto doesn't care. He's now the god of destruction. He can care less now. So he's not going to destroy it. So Naruto is actually thinking of going to visit it. Now let me mention what happened in what's called the planet. Of course, the Akatsuki waited for about, instead of going after the case when Naruto turned 16, now they're going after when Naruto's 18. So yeah, since the Akatsuki hasn't really found where Naruto is at, they heard that Naruto died, but the Nine-Tails should have came back after 4 years. They found out that the Nine-Tails isn't anywhere. So they gotta do something about the whole Nine-Tails, because they're not gonna get their world peace. So yeah. And since Naruto is now going to planet Earth, of course with Kurama on the little ball, no one can break the ball without Naruto using some God of Destruction power to break it. And if Kurama actually tries to attack Naruto, Naruto's fucking up Kurama. So yeah, this is where I'm actually gonna leave it off. Well, not leave it off right now. Well, Naruto gets to planet Earth, and he looks at it, and it kind of looks cool and all that. He's probably not gonna destroy it unless they get they get Naruto's favorite food, the ramen. The god of creation made ramen. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is where I'm actually gonna leave it off. So this is part, what's it called, 2 of what if Naruto was chosen to be a god of destruction. Sorry, I'm starting in a little bit, but I'm sort of tired. And so yeah, so I have a nice potato, 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 and potato.